Ladies and gentlemen, as we join viewers from around the world, this is your main event of the evening. Make some noise!
Oh my God! He flipped it! One punch knockout!
I'm just a violent motherfucker!
This is one of the craziest fights I've ever seen.
Come on, down there! The bloodiest fight in Swedish history, and he gets it done in the second round!
Welcome back to FCR podcast. Today we have a special guest, the reigning Bantamweight champion, FCR Bantamweight champion, Bernardo Sopai. Welcome.
Thank you guys, thank you for having me.
How are you feeling?
Feeling great, it's amazing to be here, and thank you everyone for calling me here
Nice.
and inviting me.
It's nice to have you here.
Thank you.
I've been waiting a long time to get you here. So, what are you up to?
Right now?
Yeah.
No, I just came here for the podcast and going back to training.
But you're in Sweden right now, right?
Now I'm in Sweden.
And you're training?
Training every day, 3 times.
Yeah.
Going well,
Nice.
getting better.
Yes, you have been... last time you fought, actually, it was in February.
February, yeah.
Yeah.
25th?
Yeah, 25th, I think.
Yeah.
I don't remember exact date, but we haven't seen you in the octagon. What's happening?
It's true. Actually, I wanted to fight, but I had a problem with my passport and this stuff.
Yeah. Visa in Sweden?
No, it's not visa, it's like residency in Greece.
Okay.
So I couldn't travel, that's why I couldn't fight. Yeah, but now I fixed everything and getting ready for a fight.
Nice. Okay, so we have a lot of to talk about.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to ask you a lot of questions that I'm wondering and all like that. So,
Great.
actually, I want to ask you, like, from your childhood. Let's go back a little bit. You were born in Albania,
Yeah,
right?
I was born in Albania, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your grow up and childhood and all of that.
I grew up in Albania. I went there like first and second year in the school when I was young, and then I moved. I went to Greece with my mother and with my brother. Yeah, at 8 years old, I was 8 years old when I moved to Greece, and I grew up there. I lived since I was like 17 years old. I lived in Greece with my family.
Okay, and you moved to Greece because of?
I moved to Greece because I wanted a better life. Me and my mother, my brother. We went to Greece. We got like more opportunities and a better life.
Is it how was the life in Albania like?
It was okay, you know. It wasn't bad, but we wanted like more. You know, you don't get paid so much money there, and we couldn't pay our taxes and all this stuff in Albania, our rents and this stuff. So we moved, and I had family also in Greece.
Yeah.
So they helped us.
And you said you moved with your mother and your and your
my
brother.
brother,
Your father?
Yeah, my father actually lives. He have another family now.
Okay.
Everything is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you went to Greece,
Yeah.
how did you even get into martial arts?
I was playing football when I went in Greece. I started football. I always loved football when I was young, and I played football till like 2013, something like that, 14. And I started watching martial arts. I watched like UFC, and a friend of me, Simeon, he was training MMA in one small gym in Greece, and he told me if I would like to try and train sometimes there, like just to try out.
Yeah.
And you know, it was like I was like, no, like I don't wanna do this, and I don't like this sport. It's like all this fake. I thought like it's WWE, you know.
Crazy.
Yeah, and he told me about 6 months, come. Every day in the school, we was in the same school. He told me come and try because he knew I was like a athlete. I like to train. And this moment, I remember this year, I wasn't playing football. I was doing nothing. And I went there, you know, after his spam, and he told me so many times, I went and I tried. And, you know, my first day in the gym, MMA gym, was like, I wasn't expecting to be that good, actually. I loved it. When I went there, it was sparring day. I didn't know nothing. I only knew, like, you know, you can punch, but not like real fight. And when I went there, I loved it. You know, I don't know what happened. I felt like a passion, you know, for this. And I felt like this is my sport, that this is what I want to do in my life.
You felt that the first time?
First day, first hour, when I left the gym, I was like, bro, thanks so much, you know, for showing me this gym and this sport. So I was like grateful to him, and for me, it changed my life, because when I went there in the first day, I was like surprised. It's like I learned something that it's about me, you know. I loved it so much.
Cool.
So how was you as a child? Were you a troublemaker or something? Because we know a lot of MMA guys, you know, they get in a lot of trouble when they're young, and they get into like MMA or kickboxing or boxing, and they learn discipline. How were you as a young guy?
I'll tell you, know. When I played football, we had like a team hates another team, and I was like a lot of times in trouble with another teams. Like as a kid, I was like, actually I can say that I was quiet, you know, not like. And I had a few fights, you know, like everybody, I think, in their life have a few fights in the street.
Of course.
I don't know anyone that didn't fight.
Yeah, of course.
So
like,
as a kid, you know, I had few fights like in the street, but nothing special.
No.
I never thought I'm gonna be a fighter.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So you said like when you went in the first time into the gym, did you feel like were you nervous because this is like people, you know, punching each other?
I'll tell you, because I thought that I'm an athlete. I was playing football all my life, like since I was like 8 years old in academies. And actually, when I went there, I thought like my cardio is like best. I don't even get tired. But I can tell you that 1 minute of the sparring, I was dead.
It's a different cardio, right? Like,
I was like, bro, how this can even happen? I ran for 90 minutes in the stadium, and I get tired in 1 minute of the sparring. Yeah.
Were you nervous, like when you were training there?
Yeah, I was like, I was nervous. I was nervous when I first stepped in the gym. I was a little bit nervous. Yeah.
So tell me, actually, like you're very young, but you have a lot of fights. So when did you start to compete?
I compete like 4 months after I trained.
Yeah.
I did my first amateur, and then like after 2 or 3 months, I don't remember, I did like a professional fight.
After 2 months of training?
Yeah. No. 2 months after my amateur fight.
So basically you weren't even training 1 year before your pro fight?
I had like 3 years, and I trained like 9 months or 10 months, I don't remember.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
and
crazy.
When I fought second fight, I think it was against a guy in Greece. I don't remember, 16 years old, 15 years old I was, 15 when I fought my professional. And it was against a guy 26 years old. He was a purple belt.
Crazy.
It was a purple belt, and I submit him, triangle.
Crazy. But how's the like MMA scene for amateurs in Greece? Is it like you turn pro directly, or is it?
You know, there is like there is no like you can do whatever I mean, like if you want to fight professional and you think you're ready, you can fight professional. It's not like you have to follow amateur career and then you go to pro. You know, I would like to do more amateurs
for experience.
Yeah,
and
for
everything.
experience, but I didn't. I did only one, so it's okay for me.
because in Sweden we have a lot of like amateur fighters.
Yeah.
And like Tobias, for example,
Yeah.
he has like 30 amateur fights.
30.
Yeah, before he went pro.
Wow.
And you heard of IMF, for example.
Yeah.
It's like international. They're
Yeah,
trying
I
to
know.
get like be a Olympic sport, MMA and everything. But in Sweden, the culture is like very much amateur fights. You
Yeah.
know, experience before you turn pro. But I've
I-
seen a lot of other countries is like I have one amateur fight too.
Yeah.
I turn pro.
Yeah, they rush.
Yeah.
It's true. I wish I had 30 amateur fights.
Yeah.
But
It didn't go so wrong
yeah,
for you.
It didn't go wrong, so it's okay. Like
Yeah.
I mean, like if you're amateur and you're like 16 or even 18 years old, 20, it's like okay to be amateur and fight for experience. Because if you make some mistakes, it's okay for the amateur career.
Yeah.
When you go to pro, there is no mistakes.
No, because everything was on the record and stuff
of
like
course.
that. But tell me about your first fight. So here you are, a guy playing football.
Yeah,
You go into the MMA gym,
yeah,
and now like less than a year later, you're fighting pro.
yeah.
So tell me about how was it fighting for the first time as a pro?
I was nervous. I remember I didn't know. I didn't have so many skills. I went there. I did a street fight.
Exactly.
Actually, not like
Yeah,
you could see that this is a street fight.
yeah.
But I went there with a dog inside of me and fought. So it went well.
Do you think like where does that dog come from? From your side, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know this. I think this comes from inside.
Yeah.
You have it or you don't have it.
Yeah,
It's like that. I don't think you can. You can train to be like. You can train your mind, your mentality. You can be strong, tough, but when you fight, for example, somebody like you,
yeah,
and he's also tough.
Yeah.
He have like a tough mentality. Then he's like, who has it inside? Who has a heart? And not all the fighters have it. You're born with this. This is what I believe.
Why do you think you have it?
Why?
Yeah.
I think I have it because when I see myself in a difficult position, I never give up. I'm like, it's not about the mentality.
Yeah,
I have this mentality. I never give up, but also I can't accept it.
okay.
I cannot accept it. Even
Competitive.
in a training or wherever. Like, I can't accept it. It's like it comes from inside of me.
But have you ever think like where it come from? Like, is it from the childhood? Or do you have any
I don't know. I think you're born with this.
born?
Yeah, I think you're born with this. You just have to see it in the future.
Nice.
And yeah.
Did you have any martial arts, like you were watching MMA, right?
Yeah.
Did you have anyone you was looking up to? Like, did you get inspired by any fighter?
I got inspired when I start MMA. I saw a lot of Conor, like I think everybody was watching
Yeah,
him
of
before.
course.
He was very famous. I was watching him. He inspired me a lot, and right now I like to watch a lot of Volkanovski.
Mhm.
I like him a lot. He's a great fighter. He's great everywhere
A great human as well.
as well. Yeah, he's like, I like what he does. I like his style, and
Yeah.
I watch him a lot.
But
I try to learn.
like in the beginning of your career, did you have any like pro fighters in the gym in the Greece
Yeah,
you looked up to?
yeah. I had a friend. He was like 9-0. I remember.
That's great.
Yeah, his name is Alexis Savidis.
Okay.
I remember he was showing me and teaching me a lot of things. He was the first guy in the gym that I was training. He was the guy, actually the best in the gym, so I was close to him, and he teach me a lot of stuff in the beginning. So what I see now is like I learn fast because a guy with experience and a lot of years in his back teach me a lot of stuff. So that's why I think I had like a fast track.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. And I also know like you had some kickboxing fights.
Yeah.
So you started with MMA, right?
Yeah.
So how did you get into kickboxing?
I was training MMA, and just for the experience, I was fighting kickboxing.
Yeah.
I fought like a few guys. They were the best there in Greece. In Greece.
Did you compete a lot in kickboxing?
No.
No.
I don't remember how many fights I have. I have like 20. I don't remember. Like,
yeah.
But I fought a good guys just for the I wanted experience. Like,
yeah.
I wanted to feel these K1 fights.
Yeah.
Experience, and just to get better in striking. But I wasn't training like only K1 kickboxing. I was training MMA and
at the side, right?
yeah, at the side, yeah.
But I think Greece has a lot of good kickboxers.
Yeah,
right?
they have
a lot of good stand-up game.
They have amazing striking.
Yeah. And if I'm not wrong, I've seen your little brother competing right now in kickboxing as well,
my
right?
little brother, he's fighting boxing actually.
Boxing, but he has done some kickboxing, or? No?
Yeah, one kickboxing.
Yeah, I saw
fight.
it. Like
he
on
won
Instagram.
like by KO, I think.
Yeah.
He's 20 years old now.
Yeah.
I can say that he's better than me when I start. Yeah, when I see him, I see like he's better when I was in the same age with him. So he have good future as well if he continues.
Does he want to go in your footsteps, like do this martial
he likes
arts?
it. He likes it. I'll tell you, like now actually he's in Greece with my mother, taking care of my mother, and our house there. And they gave me these like the free, to be somewhere else and do my stuff. So he is a little bit working and training.
Yeah.
So it's not like all the way 100% to the sport.
Yes.
But he's trying, and if everything goes well with like
everything home
and with my career as well, I will put him to this. He liked it.
Yeah. What do your mother think about you fighting in MMA?
She's like nervous. Yeah, she likes it when I win.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, every mother does. But she's like all the mothers, she's nervous. She's stressed. She's like scared if I get injured and this stuff. But it's okay. Now she's used to it, so it's okay. In the beginning, she was more like.
Yeah, you have her support.
Yeah, I have. She supports me a lot.
Great.
That's good to know. I remember, like, actually, I was competing in boxing when I was younger.
Yeah.
And my mother hated it. She was not supporting it. I remember, like, one day I came home with a black eye.
Yeah.
And I was trying to avoid her, Every time I come home from the school, I was going from the other side. She can't see my black eye, And one day we meet each other like in front of the house, and she sees me like she's like, "Oh my god!"
I can tell you a story about this.
Yeah.
When I fought my first fight, my mother didn't even know that I train MMA.
Your first pro fight or
amateur? She didn't even know that I train martial arts, I told her like, "Hey mom, I go to the training," But I didn't say that I go to MMA gym. She thought that I go to a football club.
Yeah.
And when I was like, it was a fight day, I already did the weigh-ins and all this stuff. I went home, I rest, and I told my mother, "Hey mom, I can tell you something, like, yeah, I'm gonna fight today." She was like, "What? What do you mean?" I say, "Hey, listen, it's for, don't worry, this amateur is like, you don't even punch each other, you punch the air."
Yeah.
So she don't get like stressed.
Yeah.
And I told her like, I'm gonna fight like with like a guy like he's also young like me. We don't gonna punch each other. It's like a show.
It's for fun.
Yeah, it's for fun. Like, don't worry about this. But she didn't believe me, She was stressed. Yeah, and then it was the day that I told her. It was like after 4 months.
Yeah.
That I trained.
Did you watch the fight?
No, it was like no pay-per-view. It was like small organization.
Crazy, man. That's crazy. I think a lot of mothers are like afraid of their children fighting. I mean, I understand why, right?
Yeah.
I showed her after. I showed her the videos.
Yeah, crazy. Let's dive into like, how did you get into Sweden? So, how did you even come to Sweden and start training in All-Star Gym?
Okay, I was fighting. I had a fight in Albania.
Yeah.
I was there, like there was many guys from Greece. We went there to fight. It was professional fight in kickboxing, and it was like I fought, I won, and I was with one friend of mine. He's very famous in Greece. His name is Yannis Fezulai. A lot of guys know him.
Is it wrestling?
No, he's no Fezulai. He's a kickboxer.
Okay, sorry.
Yes,
sorry. Yeah.
he competed the same day with me, kickboxing
Okay.
fight.
Yes.
We fought in the same organization.
Yeah.
We was together. We was eating the next day, and one guy called. I didn't know him then. Yannis Chaous is his name. He called my friend. He said, "Hey, listen, man. I saw this guy Bernardo. He's like very good striker. I can talk to Andreas here and Majdi to bring him here in Sweden and try if he would like to train MMA here in Sweden." And at this moment, I wasn't in any MMA gym, you know. I was training only kickboxing. And I had 6-1 in MMA, and I was training only kickboxing. I was not in MMA gym. I left from this gym I was. Some of our problems, you know. And he told me, my friend, he showed me, and Yannis told me like, "Hey, you can come here and try. I can help you out with this. I can talk to Andreas and these guys. Maybe if you like, you can be here, and if they like you as well, you can be a part of All Stars." And I was like, in the beginning, I was like, yeah, this is like talk, you know. I was like, yes, of course, but I didn't believe so much because, I didn't know that somebody that I don't even know, he can help me so much. And after like 4 months, I came to Sweden. He helped me, and he talked to Andreas and to Majdi. I came here first day, and they welcomed me here. And I came in the gym, and I was surprised, you know, like this is a dream for me, and that's how I came here.
Did you know like the history of All Star Gym before the Alexander Gustafsson, Ilir Latif, all of these UFC fighters? Did you watch them before you went to the gym?
I'll tell you, I watched them, and I learned things about All Stars. When my friend told me as well, like, come to All Stars, I started looking about. I knew Alexander Gustafsson, I knew Ilir Latifi, all these guys, but I didn't see the gym before, like the trainings and all these videos they had. After, when my friend told me, I started looking at the gym. I was like, wow, this gym man can make champions.
Crazy. And tell me about the first time you go into the gym. I remember the old All-Stars training, right? They had a long corridor, right?
Yes.
You have the shoes on the left side.
To the left,
And you can just like smell, you know? You smell the gym, and you hear the sounds of pads and bag work. You remember?
I remember everything.
Tell me about like, how does it feel? First time you come there, you have seen all of these guys train in this big gym and like UFC famous fighters. The feeling in you when you first time step into this gym.
Yeah, I remember like when my friend came and picked me up from the airport. So we went to the gym. I see outside, I see All Stars. I start sweating. I was like, wow, like let's see what's going on here. And I went inside the gym. I see the first guy I see, it was Jeppe.
Yeah, legend.
And the legend. He welcomed me, and he showed me my room.
You lived in the gym?
I lived in the gym for many years. He showed me the room. I put my bag, my stuff there. I see Andreas. I see many guys there. It was like afternoon, you know. They already trained and they left. So it was Andreas, Jeppe, and few more guys. So I said hello to Andreas. He said like welcome, and he showed me the gym around. And I loved it. When I saw the gym, I was like,
great. Do you remember like first time seeing a UFC fighter there like Ilir or Alexander Gustafsson? Did you remember like the feeling when you saw them?
Yes, I felt amazing. I felt that when I saw Gustafsson and I saw Ilir, I felt like this gym can make me like them, you know.
Yeah, it makes it more real. Like,
It can make me like a superstar, because I saw they're great fighters, the best fighters in the world, and I saw myself that I can be like them. This is the right position where I should be.
Yeah. So tell me about the first training. How were it?
I trained wrestling first day. It was amateur wrestling, beginners, because I didn't know the schedule, and it went well. Some technical training, and the next day we had sparring. And I was in the gym. I rubbed my hands and I see Ilir, but I was a little bit shy to go and talk to him. And Selman came to me and said, "Hey, welcome to the gym." And he asked me what's my name, like where I'm from.
Tell the people who Selman is.
Selman Berisha is my coach. He's amazing person, amazing coach. He helped me with everything, and he told me like come here. Like he introduced me to Ilir as well, so because I was a little bit shy, and like that I started knowing them. And the same with Andreas, he's my coach as well. Andreas, the general.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing person, amazing coach, one of the best. You can see his results,
Yeah.
And like that we started sparring, and it was tough. Everybody was good. I thought that I was the best in my division in Greece. I was number 1 in Balkans, and and when I came here, I didn't expect to be so hard. For me, I had tough sparrings. We did like 9 rounds, I remember, and then Andreas told me, "Hey, come here." I was dead, I was like, "Hey, coach, tell me." And he told me, "Hey, you have to spar now with Sirvan." Do you know Sirvan?
Kakai.
Yeah. He came late, okay? And he
after,
won.
after 9 rounds.
After 9 rounds, Andreas told me, "Can you help me? Can you spar with Sirvan?" I was like, "Okay, yeah, of course, like no problem." But I was dead, And I was waiting, at the training there, and he told me, no, come to the cage. I was like, okay. We wear gloves, and I remember Sirvan, he wore like the small gloves.
The MMA gloves?
UFC gloves.
Okay.
Like fighting gloves.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, and after 9 rounds, I was dead, and I had tough sparring with Sirvan as well. And since then, this is my team, and since then, I love to do what I'm doing.
I mean, we have seen again and again, they produce great fighters. And when you went there, it was one generation, like Gustafsson, Ilir.
Yeah.
But now you see the other generation, and that's you guys, like you, Hamzat, all of these fighters.
Yes.
So it's interesting to see that they still, develop, quality fighters and everything.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I saw you in Sweden, it was AK event.
Yeah.
You fight a guy named Darius Buda.
Yeah.
And he actually fought at FCR 4. He knocked out Hamza Bugamza, a guy from All Stars as well.
Yeah, I remember.
And I remember saw the poster, Sopai versus Buda. Tell me about the whole experience of first time fighting in Sweden with the All Stars team behind you.
Yeah, it was a crazy experience, because I thought that all these fights I had before, I thought that I prepare perfect for a fight. But no, here in All Stars I did the perfect preparation. It was the time that I learned what the training camp means, It was like, we had a schedule, yeah? We had 4 guys, I think, or 5 guys we fought at AK. We was a big team. We trained all together. We trained and we did a great training camp. And I felt unstoppable, I felt ready. It was the first time I felt like this. And when I step in the cage and I step out of the cage, I wasn't even tired.
No.
That's how good prepared I was.
You finished him, right?
Yeah.
I remember it. I was surprised to see how easy it was, and seeing a new talent in Scandinavia.
Yeah.
It was good. What did you feel after that fight? Like, were you more motivated, and how was the feeling, like winning in Scandinavia and in Sweden for the first time?
Yeah, it was amazing. I felt a boost, from the fans. They start knowing me here as well, and this gave me like a boost. So I continue training like I did, with discipline, and getting better every day in the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just one question. When, like before All Stars and after All Stars, what's like the biggest difference? Because you came from the MMA scene in Greece and then you went over to All Stars. What was like the biggest difference between going from Greece to Sweden and coming to All Stars?
Greece is nice. It's they have good coaches as well.
Yeah.
I think like that here you have like more sparring partners as well. They can push you, and I think that when I came here, I see a lot of difference because they train more, like maybe 2-3 times a day. They train like not one time a day. In Greece, they usually train 1 time or 2 times a day. They are comfortable. They want to go out, like chill with friends. Like here is different. Here
It's
you
too
have
cold.
No, it's not about cold. The weather, I don't think it matters. You have to.
It's serious.
Here it's serious and teaches you discipline. You have to be disciplined, because if you're not disciplined, you can't compete with these guys here.
You can survive.
You can't survive. It's true.
Yeah.
Then the thing that I learned here, and it gave me a lot of boost, is like I learned to be disciplined here, and I learned how to be like mentally strong.
Yeah, and that's what All Stars are famous for also, like the discipline and hard work.
Exactly.
I have heard like a lot of people in Sweden, they can say like they think that you train too hard in All Stars. They get too injured and it's too much training. What's your response to that?
That's not true. In All Stars we train hard, but that's the only way. How you can be the best in the world if you train 1 time, 2 times a day. Some guys say, okay, train smart, hard and smart, but a lot of guys have talent. A lot of guys have this boost, but when you don't have, for example, the talent, how are you gonna survive? You have to train hard, and All Stars is famous. Like, we train hard, we have discipline, and you can see we have results. So that's bullshit. Like you get injured and all this stuff. This is a weakness,
Yeah.
We don't have this in All Stars. We train hard, and if you like, for example, you have pain. Of course, you're gonna have pain, because they say, some guys come from all over the world. We train in the same gym, All Stars. They come and they complain, I trained like 12 times, 15 times this week. I got tired. I will rest 2 days. Yeah, that's like weakness, You have to be strong mentally. That's how you're gonna survive.
Yeah.
And in the end, you have more experience.
You have more experience.
It's a simple,
And you have to learn to live with this, You have to learn to live with the pain, You're always gonna have pain. When you train hard, your foot gonna hurt, your body, but you have to wake up and say, okay, it's another day. I have to work, You cannot say, oh, my body hurts, I have to rest. No, you have to push yourself, because if you rest now that your body hurts, after, what you're gonna do? Like, when you push your body and you push the limits, then you're gonna be better, and then you're gonna be strong and tough mentally.
Yeah, then your lowest is higher than your opponent's lowest energy.
It's interesting, like we heard a lot of people talk about also here in Sweden and stuff, but one thing that you can take away, the results, right?
Yeah.
You have like produced champions, UFC fighters.
This year I think we didn't have any loss. I think.
I don't know.
I don't think like it's been like, I don't know. Andreas told me we had like 30 fights. I don't remember, 0 loss.
Yeah.
from All Stars guys.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
You
know
can
the
see.
stats, but that's crazy.
Yeah. Hard work is the key, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is. It is.
Yeah.
And yes, I want to go like into the first time I saw you. It was when the pandemic hit, and Brave event in Sweden. I don't know if you even remember this.
I remember, yeah.
But me and my brother was hired by Brave,
I remember.
and we filmed.
Yeah. It was the first time I met you.
Yeah, it was the first time I
Yes.
met you. But I was like, as I said, I saw you before.
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the
yeah,
AK,
yeah.
Darius
Yeah.
Buddha, and people always talk about this is the future. This guy is the future. And I remember, like, you know, I see fighters come and go into the
Yeah.
studio filming
Yeah.
interviews, but I could feel something when you got interviewed. When I see something in you, you know, like how you carry yourself and everything. And you were serious about this. And actually, you fought a guy with much more experience,
Yeah.
a dangerous guy. You remember
Yeah.
what was his name?
Tariq Ismail.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was like
He was a very experienced fighter. He had like
yeah.
100 fights in Muay Thai. I think he
Crazy.
lived in Thailand for
Yeah.
10 years. I don't know how many years. I don't want to make
No.
mistakes.
But
But he lived many years in Thailand.
Yeah, exactly. And he was very like much more experienced and very dangerous fight for you.
Yeah.
And I remember like going into this fight, everyone talked about this. This is the young lion, but can he like win over
Yeah.
such an experienced guy? And tell me about like that fight, like because this was maybe to that date the biggest test in your career, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was well prepared. I knew that he was experienced fighter. He was a very good fighter. But me and my team, we prepared as we should. I trained very hard. I was ready. I think he underestimated me a little bit because I was like how 20 years old or 19. 20, I think I was.
so that's crazy even to
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you have such a
He-
pro record.
And
when
he
you-
told me like that, you know. He told me, I remember the Waynes. He told me, no 19 years old will take my O. I remember him telling me this. And you know, I was like, okay, yeah, keep underestimating me, you know. He
Yeah.
didn't expect that I'm gonna be this ready.
yeah,
Yeah, but going into this fight, it was hard because I had some injuries, but I never stopped training. I had like my ribs, something I don't remember, and I wanted this fight, you know,
yeah.
because it was a very good experience for me, and it would boost me a lot, as it did. So I went in and I knew I'm gonna win. I was confident.
You have some fights in Brave, right?
Yeah.
And it took you had some long breaks between fights,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
And I remember when it came to the question in FCR, your teammate, Felipe Lima, right?
Yeah.
He was the Bantamweight champion.
Yes.
He won the belt, the first ever FCR champ, and they decided not to defend it. He didn't want to cut down to the
Mhm.
weights again, and the belt got stripped from him.
Yeah.
And we were looking for a new bantamweight champion, and the opportunity come to you. Tell me about how did you find out about fighting for the FCR belt?
Yeah, I saw it as a chance for me, and I went there and took it. I remember when Felipe said that he don't wanna fight anymore in 61. I remember like I was like, okay, if they don't have anyone that can fight for the belt, I will fight. So I talked to Majdi. He talked with you guys.
Yeah.
You made this fight happen, and yeah, I took the fight and took the win.
I remember like you had a break, like
Yeah.
some break before the
Yes.
FCR fight, right?
Yes,
Why weren't you fighting like in this distance?
I had some breaks, you know, because some injuries, some problems with my papers and this stuff in Greece. I had to go back and come back again. I had to fix a lot of stuff, so I couldn't have a great camp, you know. I wasn't sure if I would be able to be in Sweden, for example, 3 months or whatever, like.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't have a fight. I remember I had one fight, but it got cancelled as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Germany, I remember. Yeah, if I'm not wrong, it was in Germany.
Yeah, it was at the time when the pandemic was as
Yeah,
well. It was
also
very
pandemic was, yeah.
hard to
Yeah.
have fights and stuff. But you go into your first FCR fight. You fight Karlen Minasian.
Yeah,
Karlen just knocked out Hecher Sosa,
yeah.
who came from Spain, had a great amateur career, and this was a great fight. A
Yeah.
counter puncher versus another like all-around fighter. Tell me about fighting in FCR for the first time in Stockholm in front of your like home crowd, we can say. Tell me about that experience.
It was great experience fighting against the guy that he KO'd a prospect as well, and it was great experience, great chance for me. I didn't even hesitate. I went like when they told me about the fight. I was like, yeah, of course. I saw his fight in FCR before because I watched FCR like years now. And I saw that he did some good KOs. You know, he have this KO punch.
Yeah.
And I saw that actually before they tell me that you're gonna fight this guy, I was looking at him and say like I was like, yeah, I wanna fight this guy.
Nice.
Because he's getting hyped in Sweden, and I like to fight with good guys.
Yeah.
And when they told me, I was like, yeah, of course, I want to fight. They make the fight, and I knew that he have a counter punch. He's a counter puncher, and I prepare well for this fight. I knew exactly what he gonna do. I knew exactly how he react. I study a lot my opponents, and everything went well. I was well prepared. And 1 week before the fight, I was sick as well, but this didn't stop me, And I took the fight and took the win in a good.
Yeah, I remember like we heard rumors about that, like Bernardo is sick, maybe he's gonna cancel it, maybe
No.
not. And we were like, no. not cancel fight, main event.
I
and
was
everything.
like 1 week,
Yeah.
before the fight, not
Crazy.
like the same day.
Yeah.
But even same day, even the same day, like you have to. I mean, you can push yourself. Like.
Yeah.
But 1 week before the fight, it's okay. Like I mean, I was sick, but
Yeah.
I didn't even have in my mind that I will cancel the fight.
What's your thought about? We see a lot of fighters these days.
Yeah.
They cancel the fights all the time. Like all the
Yeah.
time, you see cancel. But it is as you say, you're never gonna fight like fully 100%, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you're sick,
yeah.
sometimes you have injuries.
Yeah.
What's your thought about people that cancels all the time?
Yeah, some guys, they just wanna be like they call it smart. They
Yeah.
say that, oh, I'm injured, I'm not gonna fight. Like I'm sick, I'm not gonna fight. Yeah, it's their opinion. Like somebody have this opinion, I have different opinion. Like I cannot say it's wrong or right.
yeah, okay.
You understand?
Yeah, I understand. And to go back to Karlen Minasian fight, yeah, the first round, very tactic, right?
Yeah.
Tactical fight.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was thinking like, okay, what's gonna happen here? You remember that, Anton?
I filmed it.
And out of nowhere in the second round, I think you connect a punch, right?
Yeah, right hand.
He got like chicken legs,
Yes.
and you like pointed at him,
Yeah,
like
I
I got you, something like
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah, even because I talked to him in the cage. When I like I give a kick. I don't remember the first time he fall down in the
don't
first
remember,
round.
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
the takedown was not actually takedown when I took him down. It was like I kick him. He
Yeah.
wanted to kick in the same time, and he fall. And I laugh. I was like, haha, like you fell. And he was laughing, and during the fight, like in the cage when I had him, and I took him down, and he reversed as well.
Yeah,
I say like,
did
yeah,
a throw.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I was like, okay, that like was good, and that's why when I gave him a punch, I was like, hey, I caught you, like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know, I saw your legs.
And after that punch, you smile, you
Yeah,
did this
yeah.
finger to him, and
Yeah.
then you like follow up with flying knee,
flying
and
knee, yeah.
crazy stuff.
Yeah, I almost catch me.
Yeah, and I remember you just went on him,
Yeah.
and I also remember your corner was like, easy,
Yeah.
easy Bernardo, but you
Yeah.
go straight for
Yeah.
the kill.
Yeah, they told me like because they knew also he wanna counter.
Yeah,
He countered me once, but I think it was like somewhere there I didn't feel this moment, but when he counter, then I see like okay, like I have to
be careful.
I have to stay in my game plan, you know,
Okay,
like don't rush.
yeah.
Okay, then I was like I didn't rush. I gave him some kicks and a head kick and that.
Because you throw like a head kick.
Yeah,
Did he block?
he ate.
Yeah,
he ate this kick. He didn't
Yeah,
block. You know, it
but-
was like not actually. He didn't block it. You know, it was. I felt his head in my.
Oh shit! Because
My
the sound was like very
Yeah.
hard when you connected there.
Yeah.
But at the second head kick, he went down and grabbed
Yeah.
and pound.
Yeah,
And I remember like your team celebrating. You won the FCR belt live on UFC Fight Pass. Tell me about the winning the belt and everything.
yeah. It was like all that I wanted this moment. Like you know, it was great. I was feeling amazing. I was very happy. Like I was motivated.
Yeah,
Yeah, when I left, when I stepped out the cage, I felt a little bit like weird, you know, like, you know, I want to fight again now. Like, I felt this,
Immediate.
yeah, sad. I left from the cage, you know.
actually, like I remember as fast as you win the belt.
You
do
remember
the-
I told you I want to defend the belt.
You win
Because
you win the belt. You
I
get
said-
the interview. The first thing you said, you haven't even left the cage.
Yeah.
You're like, I want to fight again.
Yeah, because you know I was feeling that I didn't show what I wanna show, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't show everything that I got, and I felt like, hey, I want to fight again. I want to defend this belt in the next the next event you have. Yeah,
Yeah. And actually, we're gonna go into that. You fought at FCR 15 this year, and man, I don't know what to say else than wow. You can see that picture there. For everyone listening on the podcast, it's a picture of Bernardo Sopai getting the belt strapped on him.
History.
And the crazy thing is, like, you went into this fight and knocked the guy out in 13 seconds, something like that, right?
Yeah, 13.
And with the first punch.
Yeah.
And I have never seen anything like this live in my life, like watching MMA. Tell me about the feeling, defending the title for the first time and connecting with the first punch.
Yeah, the feeling was amazing. You know, I didn't expect it to go down so fast. You know, because when I punch him, he's sleeping in the air. You know,
Crazy.
I didn't expect this, and but I you know, in the training camps I work like this for 3 months. I work this punch. You know, I visualize that I'm gonna do this. I saw this moment coming.
Exactly the same punch.
Exactly the same punch, you know, because I study a lot my fighters, as I said, and I knew that he drop his hands when he punch or when he kick, he drop his hands, and I think like I worked like counter, you know, and that's why when we start the fight, he gave me like one kick, he gave me another kick, but I didn't counter. I see, you know, the second kick, I see that I can counter, but I didn't. And the third, I was like, okay, I have to step in and punch. And I gave him like this punch, yeah. And but as I said, I visualized this. I saw this coming, you know.
Yeah.
I already knew that I can do this.
It was a perfect ending for a perfect event, and a lot of people, like in the arena, I remember myself, I was like, what the heck is this? I have never seen something like this, and the whole arena exploded. I mean, I remember seeing your girlfriend.
Yeah.
She was like screaming. Felipe Lima was there, the whole All Stars team, everyone was like, what is this?
Yeah, my father
I
was
can-
there for the first time. He watched. He was like not against MMA, but you know he's an old school guy. He's like watching football all his life, and then I invited him to FCR, and then
First ever MMA
yeah,
event.
yeah,
First and last, yeah.
yeah. No, not now.
Okay.
Because he I talked to him after you knocked Lopez out, and he said like this is the craziest like sport event I've ever been to. He went out to the entry and he took a picture with you. Like he showed me after like look I took a picture with Sopai.
Crazy.
Yeah. So
I remember, when I knock Lopez out, I remember everybody was screaming, but the only voice I heard was my wife's voice.
Crazy.
I was like, wow, like she screamed like so loud, and I look at her like she screamed so much. I was like, wow, her voice is very loud.
Man, I just try to like think back of that like life situation. I was like, first and foremost, like as an or like event planner and everything, I was like, first thought was like, this is the craziest thing. The second thought was like, I hope he's alive. I know it was crazy because how he felt, the follow-up punch. I was scared for real for Lopez, and
I was too,
it was. I mean, it was.
I saw him after.
Yeah.
I saw him at the mall,
Yeah.
Yeah, we took pictures. He's a great guy,
Yeah,
I
of
respect
course.
him a lot. He have a family back
course.
home, and this sport is tough. Like it can happen to anybody,
Yeah.
and like I felt a little bit, like it could happen, like same way but different. Like what I mean is like maybe he would like fall down and but it's okay. Sport is sport. Like everything is good. But this moment and for a few days I was a little bit like it was hard.
Did you regret the last punch?
If I regret,
Yeah.
If the referee don't step in, I cannot stop.
Yeah.
And the same would happen if he do this to me. So
I think like it's when you're in there, it's killer instinct, right?
Of course.
You can't control it, like you said. Either you have it or not,
Of course.
And the adrenaline and everything, like it has to be. It's very hard to control. I can just imagine.
I punch him, because I didn't see his eyes.
Yeah.
When I punch him, his head turned from the other side. I didn't see that he slept directly, and that's why I followed with a punch, to the side.
Yeah.
But I didn't see that he slept.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. At the end of the day, that's
things
how
happen. It's okay. Like sport is sport. Like whatever.
But after this title defense, this really went viral. The knockout, UFC shared it, UFC Fight Pass. I mean, everywhere. You saw it. This knockout, 15 seconds knockout.
13.
First punch, KO. It was like skyrocket. Did you feel the impact? Like, did people write to you? Did you feel the engagement?
I felt like a lot of hype. I felt like a very big boost.
Yeah.
A lot of guys saw the KO. They was like looking at me at the street. They was like, whoa, what you did, like crazy KO. I saw your fight. Like even people like they don't watch so much MMA. They saw this KO. It went viral on Instagram, everywhere, and it gave me a lot of hype, and a lot of people know me about this KO.
Yeah, a lot of eyes.
A lot of eyes.
Yeah,
a lot.
But for me, it seems like no matter what, you seem very humble. You see very like respectful always. You don't talk trash about your opponent.
Yeah.
You're a really like nice guy, laid back guy. And that's nice, I think.
So I like to respect my opponents. I never disrespect. I can talk, for example, trash, but I will never like disrespect you.
Yeah.
So that's how I am. I like to respect because I know how it is in this sport. Like it's tough, and you must respect the fighters and what they're doing in the gym. It's not like for everybody.
No, of course. As we said earlier.
Yeah.
When you say now, like, I got a flashback. FCR 6.
Yeah.
I'm in the cage. Do you remember this? Ali Taleb.
Yeah.
And knocks out, and I think he chokes out Hoga Salek or something like that. And I remember, like, I'm in the cage, I'm filming, I'm doing the B-rolls and stuff. And I just looked like to the left or right, I don't remember. And I see a bunch of guys, and I see you. And you were like... You're like, you wanna fight him,
Bro,
you know?
yeah, this time I didn't know Ali, you know,
Yeah.
Ali Taleb, and I was like, hey, let's go, you know. I like you. I said like you're a good fighter. I wanna fight you.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's my brother now. We train
you train together, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's amazing person. Like
What a fight
He's-
that would be.
yeah, but
Yeah,
as
I
I
know.
said, you know, I respect him very much. He's my brother, as I
Yeah.
said.
Nice.
I would never see myself like against him. You know?
Nice to hear. Nice to hear.
Yeah.
Okay. Crazy flashback, man. Crazy.
Yeah, I remember it. Westeros.
Yeah, exactly. So after this fight, we get the news that you actually still working with your manager, Maidi Shamas,
Yes,
but you
he's-
also signed with Dominance MMA,
Yes, yes.
and that's Ali Abdulaziz. And everyone in the MMA world knows this is like a big deal. Actually, Hamza did this before he went
Yeah.
to the UFC. Tell me about this. How did this come along? And yeah, what's the plan?
Yeah, now the plan is first we make the visa. It's almost done, you know. And me, my manager Ali Abdelaziz and Majdi, we have to schedule something after my visa comes out, you know. And let's see. So I will follow what my coaches and my manager says.
Yeah. And so basically, as I understand, you're doing a visa now to go to US, right?
Yes, yes.
And from there, you're hoping to sign some UFC contract. What up with, like, you're gonna go to US to train,
You know,
or what's up?
I will go there, you know, first to train and see how it is, like the levels and all this stuff. And if the shot comes, yeah, it comes. Like,
Yeah.
but I will go there and prepare.
Okay.
Yeah, if I got the call, I will
Yeah.
fight. If not, I come back and smash someone.
Is the ultimate goal UFC?
Yeah, my goal, like, I would like to say that my goal is to be UFC champ, you know, not to fight for the UFC. That's not what I want. And when I start this, when I start with MMA, and I saw UFC and I saw all these big fighters and all these champions, I said, yeah, I want to be like them, you know, like I want to be champ. That's what I said to myself. And I see myself, like, in few years, I'm gonna be champion, you know, in the UFC.
Great. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you have to visualize, as you said.
Yeah.
Like it's about visualizing and
Yeah. Exactly.
And as we said, like, we've seen a lot of fighters from your gym, Gustafsson, Illir, now the latest one that's a superstar, Hamzat.
Yeah.
I mean, this has to be like inspirational.
Yeah,
You
he
can-
is.
If they are like there, you can be there.
You know, Hamzat, he always talked to me, you know. He said, hey, listen, you have like everything. For example, you have like, you're a good fighter, he said. You can do what I'm doing, you know. Like, I'm almost fighting for the belt. You can do this as well, you know. The only thing you have to do is be concentrated in the training, to be like disciplined and train hard. That's how you're gonna be like successful. He always, before the UFC, he always talked to me, you know. He gave me this. I have it in my mind. He always talked to me and said, like, you have to train hard. You have to. He always. I see him what he did, you know. Like, he's fighting now almost for the UFC championship, you
Yeah.
know, for the belt. And you have everything, you know. You have like, you train, you can do what you want. You just need to train and be
Then-
focused.
Yeah. When you came to, like, also in the beginning, you
Yeah.
said you slept in the gym.
Yeah.
Did you sleep? Because I know Hamza did it as
Yeah.
well. Did you sleep in
Yeah.
the same room, or?
You know, we you know, Hamza's room was down. I was like up.
Okay.
In the
Like
he was in
two beds,
not
or?
not two beds, different rooms. For
Okay.
example, he sleep in the room down.
Yeah.
We had like 3 rooms. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first room, it has 1 bed.
Yeah.
4 rooms we had before. The first room, it had a bed. Second room, 1 bed, and it was a big room after with 4 beds, like 2 and 2. You know, and the last room it had one bed. So Hamza was sleeping in the room 2,
Yeah.
and I was in the 3
Yeah.
with 4 guys. We slept there like it was a big room actually with 4 beds. So we borrowed a bed, 4 guys.
And when you see Hamzat, who's sleeping in the gym with you, you know,
Yeah.
you fight a sacrifice a lot. When you see him break through the UFC like he did,
Yeah.
like superstar
Yeah.
directly almost,
Yeah.
how much fuel did you get from that?
A lot, man. When I saw this, I was so happy. You know, it was like this happened to me. You know, that's how I felt, and it gave me boost. And when he signed with the UFC, he told me, "Hey, soon is your time. Just do what you're doing." And I will always have this, you know, in my mind.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because basically he wasn't a UFC star when you got there.
He when he signed with the UFC, he told me, "Look, what I'm gonna do," you know, because he have confidence, and you know you build confidence when you train so hard, you know.
Yeah. And I would just want to ask you one question, like
Yeah.
recently for Hamza.
Yeah.
What happened with him? He left the gym, as I've heard.
I don't know if he left the gym. He's training now for the fight at
Paulo Costa,
yeah,
Yeah.
for the Costa. He's training in TK MMA,
yeah.
some other gym. I don't know if he left the gym or no.
Yeah, because everyone in Sweden is talking about this right now, and
Yeah.
they're talking about like he don't represent Sweden anymore, and stuff like that. And I've seen that he's training at another gym, and now, of course, everyone in Sweden, we are bummed out, man. We want to have him in Sweden, you know, because he's a great fighter, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy what he have achieved, and it would be a shame to not have him here, right?
Yeah, I understand. But you know, everybody do what he feels, you know.
Of course,
I don't know,
of
like,
course.
what's happening, but whatever he do, like I mean, like whatever he do, his choice, you know.
Yeah, of course, of course.
He's whatever he choose, he's confident.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you never know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But the last question for this podcast: where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself in 5 years as a UFC champ. I see myself as everybody knows me. I give some motivation to the young people, to the young fighters. I see myself with good people around me to become a better and better fighter and person every day, and to live a happy life, you know. Like I live a happy life, but I mean as a UFC champ.
I love it.
Thanks so much.
I really hope everything goes good and you get a chance at the UFC contract and everything. If not, I really hope to see you back in the beginning of
Yeah.
next year in FCR defending the title.
Yeah.
As I said before, like, we are ready.
I love to fight in FCR, you know this.
Yeah.
I told you many times.
Yeah.
It's the best organization in Scandinavia.
I would really like to have you back again, of course, if everything doesn't go as planned. And great to have you here.
Thanks
I'm
so much.
Really
Nice
glad
talking to
we
you.
did it.
It was great to meet you again, guys, and I love to be here again. Thanks so much.
We love to have you here, man.
Thanks so much.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.